In this video, let's discuss cutting gemstones. Cutting a gemstone might at first appear something that's quite straightforward. Well, let me tell you right now, it is anything but the case. Not only do you have to learn different cuts, different shapes, different arrangements of facets, every single gemstone, because they are different elements of nature, have different hardnesses. They have different refractive indexes, so because they have different refractive indexes, we need to know the angles to cut the facets to maximize the light flow back to the eye. A dark gemstone might want a shallow pavilion, therefore the light goes in and comes out very quickly. A light coloured gemstone, you want the light to stay in the gemstone longer and bounce around from facet to facet to pick up as much colour as possible before it comes back out to the eye. And it is a whole complicated subject, and one that people, if somebody says I'm a lapidist, I always say in which gemstone, or I say in what type of cut do you do, because most lapidarists can only do one or two different gemstones. Some of the big masters like Glenlara and some of the top gem carving experts around the world maybe can do several different gemstones, but it's rare to find somebody that can cut all different types. Let's focus on the diamond though. So the diamond, how do you cut a diamond? It's the hardest mineral on the planet. It's what we call 10 on the Mohs scale. There isn't another element in the world. If you look around your home, everywhere you look, everything is softer than a diamond. So how do you cut a diamond? Well, you cut it with a diamond. That's the only other thing you can cut a diamond with is a diamond. Well, these days, actually, let me add one more. You can use lasers these days to cut a diamond. So how do you decide where to cut it? Well, the first and most important cut with any gemstone is the very first one. When you take that gemstone out of the ground, you're orientating the gemstone, trying to find out where the cleanest part is, where the least inclusions are, and you're also trying to work out where the light's going to flow the best through the gemstone. Then you make that all-important first cut. And I always say the first cut is the most important one, the orientation. And then you're trying to angle all the facets to do various different things. The facets that you see with the eye on the top of the gemstone, the table and the crown, they're like the looking glass into the gemstone. They are what's going to dictate how much fire and dispersion we get. Underneath, the angles are what we call the angles on the pavilion. I refer to that more as like the hall of mirrors. Their job is to bounce light around the inside of the gemstone and make sure that light eventually comes out the top and not through the bottom. We want to see, of course, the return of light to the eye. And it is a complete science. When it comes to cutting gemstones, other than diamonds, then all sorts of things happen. We have the lapidary reel that goes round. We normally will take diamonds, low-grade diamonds, sort of grind them into a sort of powder. We put the powder onto the grinding wheel, and we actually use diamond paste to cut over the gemstones. And then even the lapidary wheel itself that we cut on is used, we use different ones. Sometimes we use wood, believe it or not. Sometimes we use tin, we use iron, we use lots of different ones depending on the hardness of the gemstone we're trying to cut. And then, a bit like sandpaper in woodwork, we have different grades of paste that we actually put onto those wheels. So you need to know the type of wheel you're going to put it on. You need to know the type of paste you're going to use. You need to know the right angles for the right cut, for the right gemstone. It is an out-and-out science. But the most important thing is this, certainly with diamonds, the quality of the cut is probably the most important thing about the diamond. And you hear the 4 C's, it is the cut, not the clarity, the cut, or not the clarity, the colour, or the carat weight, but the cut that dictates, shall I say, how much light and how much sparkle your diamond will provide.